Hello, this is Bayside Ben for Pixel Spank, and today I'm playing Brawl Brothers, the smash hit SNES game. I assume this is a beat 'em up. Feels like that. These also feel like 5 characters just taken from other beat 'em ups. So we've got incredibly buff man. Kind of looks like a ninja. He does appear to have a weapon. Some sort of aviator, token woman, and other token. I'm going to go with the one with the sword. It seems to be quite an advantage. Now, as this is an SNES game, it's kind of anyone's guess as to what... Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, so for some reason the Y button is the select. And I get another character, so I'll go with incredibly buff man. Is this just a straight fighting game? Because if it is, there's only 5 characters. Now it must be a brawling game. Either he comes along to help, or he's who you swap to. Now is this level select? Maybe. Bayside? That's where Saved by the Bell was set. If any, I mean Slater would fit in well here. Right, let's check some weapons. Kazan. Okay, you got a punch. I like his ready position goes back to defending his crotch after that. Punch. He has got a sword. Did that use my health to do that? It might have. Oh. That's it, fuck him up. I've never actually heard of this game. Weirdly. I feel like if it's a beat 'em up of note, I'd have probably heard of it. Right, some other buttons. Okay, I just found a special move. What dickhead decided that any special moves in these games, instead of being on like a cooldown or just straight limited use, it's like, oh yeah, we'll make it use their health. Although I think I just healed by killing that guy. Which if that's the method, then fine. So far, I've definitely picked 2 things up off the floor, but they've been obscured by something, so I haven't been able to see what they actually are. And there's the jumper. Okay, right. So I think it's light. Oh. And there's a heavy attack definitely in there. What I like is every beat 'em up ever made, you're just supposed to mash the buttons to attack. There's no real strategy. And then the game just interprets that as different moves. Sometimes you do a flip over the enemy's head. Sometimes it's that. Every now and again I throw them. You'd think I was in control, but I'm not. And this move is impossible to do to the enemy because it's so slow to take effect. They always hit first. Right. What I assumed was some sort of innate healing clearly no longer exists. I may have just picked up an item that I didn't notice. Right, boss fight? No. Oh. That's like an even shittier power loader. I love it. Baseball bat. Is this the Nintendo answer to Streets of Rage? Wait, so hang on. To eat that floor chicken, I had to put down my baseball bat covered in barbed wire. Hardly fair. Use that weird special attack that makes you split in half. These guys have got guns. I've yet to see a single shot fired. I think it will be the sort of gun... Oh no, it was a full gunshot. I was expecting it to have no range. Also, why was I so excited about getting a baseball bat when my character has an actual sword? It's completely useless because he doesn't seem to be able to use it, but it's there. Okay. So far, this game has 4 buttons, and 3 of them are useless. I just learned how to throw in a really unsatisfactory fashion. I may hit an enemy with that at some point. Oh, I died. Oh, see. Oh, you get to pick where you drop in. And am I going to drop in as my other character? Nope. Oh, maybe I can swap characters. Nope. That rock was enormous. That was like an Atlas stone. It reminds me a little bit, having that guy in the background, of in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, how they'd have like environmental effects, which in theory you could dodge, but in practice, well, you could also dodge them. That was a fantastic game. I played it for the channel before. Maybe I'll play it again. It's been several years. Part 2 of that video. I don't know where that is. I presume you can double jump. I presume Konami have the rights to that, and it was Konami. Yeah, I feel like I don't really see it on any collections, so it's probably not welcome for some reason. Maybe only I think it's a brilliant game. I'm getting the hang of this. Note how I managed to dodge some bullets back there. That enemy is called a heckler. Do you think that's like, is it the weapon like a heckler and kosh, or is it just a guy that yells at people at you know, live shows? The helicopter's gotten better. I'm trying to figure out if that is a way of like picking your character, maybe. See, there's definitely elite strategy in here, isn't there, where you can take out that helicopter, because it's making the game a lot harder. Considering this is the first level, it's going on for a while. Fuck me, that was a fast run. Oh no, I've fallen a million miles. Alright, okay. This time I'm going to hammer the button. Oh, you can't make yourself appear. I think it's just so you don't dump yourself in the middle of enemies. I thought you might get like a kind of hero landing, damaging affair going on. I've cottoned on to the ultimate strategy. He's picked me up. I was going to say the ultimate strategy, which is running and tackling. Yep. Oh, I'm the other character now. I'm Lord J. Look at the size of this fucker. Right, so he's got kind of a sumo slap affair going on. Weirdly, his other attack, which I thought was a heavy attack, is just him giving the heavy rock job, or whatever it is. Metal, that's the one. So maybe that's actually more of a taunt than it is anything. It might heal you when you do it. No. Oh, he can't double jump. Well, let's just eat this chicken out of the sewer. Okay, fuck you then. I would explain why that guy's sword was so useless. The game wants me to go on, and yet I still have to kill that guy. Okay, wow. I really fucked him up. I was trying to do the special move in there, but it didn't want to work. This game is so unfair. I mean, all beat-em-ups are unfair. But this one feels more so. Ah, that's his special move. Thunder Fist. So I definitely picked a better character to start with than this guy. He seems a little bit slower. And no benefit. Not stronger or, you know, something else. He's just slower. Weapons don't seem to do, like, anything. I'm not convinced I've managed to hit anyone with a weapon attack. Like, in Streets of Rage, when you pick up a weapon, like that's it. You've got more reach and more damage, and normally whatever attack you do will like hobble the enemy, but not here. That was almost good, but that guy just fucked me up anyway. Do these games not realise that like the job is not to be hard? The job is to give you the fantasy of beating up a load of guys. Although it's, as an arcade game, you know, they just want to make their money. But still, a cynic in me can't believe it. Okay. They have a lot of moves that just completely disable you that you don't have. And then to do the only useful move in your arsenal, you have to sacrifice your own health. And apparently parts of the screen there, because I did definitely make my own shins phase out. I can see why I've not heard of this game, because it's inferior to other games in the genre. Also, it's called Brawl Brothers. None of the characters looked like they could be brothers. And maybe if they were all men, I could get it from a standpoint of, you know, they're brothers in crime fighting. But one of them was a woman, so it was harsh. Why not Brawl Family? I was gonna say you could call it Brawl in the Family, but that would. Well, it's a crap pun anyway, but also there's a webcomic called that, I think. So I'm just stealing that joke from somewhere else. And that was named after Super Smash Bros, I think. Well, this is the end of the game. There's no getting through this. It's completely impassable. Unless... Do we go up here? Oh. But the go arrow was specifically telling me to go right, which... I mean, I know it's not a complicated thing, but it has one job. I'm getting my ass handed to me. And, you know, I'm glad of it. It's in a good game. So I'd normally play through well, I actually normally use the SNES Mini to get the best effect as an SNES, because you get to play on an SNES controller, which is key. But today I'm playing on the Switch, which you can probably tell if there's that. Well, I presume there's that bar at the bottom that's saying the controls at all time. So I could rewind it if I wanted to, but this is the game where it's kind of a war of attrition. So rewinding it doesn't really help, because you don't like. You're only really going to rewind like one bit of damage. So just pick them up and throw them. They're not allowed to slide. That's just unfair. What do I do against that other than Thunder Fist? Come here. Come here, you. See, I want to try some other characters, but also I don't, because I'll have to repeat what I've already done. I'm assuming it will come to a boss fight at some point. And there's a strong chance, because this is an at-home version of an arcade game, I might have infinite continues, or at least like, you know, 3 or 4, allowing even a crap player like me to get quite far. Also, what the hell am I fighting at this point? It started off as humans. What, are these Morlocks? What are they? Like, they've got fairly jazzy outfits. They're definitely not human. They kind of feel a bit zombie-ish. Oh, I died again. They're incredibly fast. Are they vampires, maybe? Oh, I'm back to Kazan. Yes. He was made for this kind of combat, clearly. Can I just leave? I can. Well, I'm back to fighting human enemies as well. Are you under no need to actually fight anyone? I can't go on from here, so I have to fight these. Turns out that's the game. It's actually, you know, knowing when not to fight, i.e. whenever possible you don't want to be fighting. And I'm going to assume that this game only has the ability to have 3 enemies on screen at once. And as there's no tactical disadvantage to fighting anyone at any point, then yeah, the strategy is just to run. If you come across a boss, you'll only ever have to fight 3 enemies on screen. I've learnt the secret here. You can attack the enemies while they're down. It's very harsh. But you need literally everything you can to win. Also, when you start running, it'll just auto-run forever. Bye! Chicken! Well, I got the can. And I lost all the health that it gave me. His like special attack, it doesn't really have many frames where it's actually attacking the enemy. It's a very weird animation. Fuck you. The special attacks would be so much better served if it was just on like you charge it up with your hits. So as it is, there's no good time to use it. When you're on full health, you don't want to use it. I feel like I'm going in a circle. But the game is very repetitive, so maybe I'm not. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Damn it, he fucked me back. Oh my god. So we were in a bridge, and then we went in this base, but we're very clearly just in a sewer now, aren't we? With purple water. I don't think there was any kind of open and crawl as to like a story to this. I presume there will be one, but I might look it up at the end, see if there's like a blurb. There's normally a blurb, isn't there? Fnord. See, the thing is, I think I'm going in a circle now, but it's genuinely hard to tell. One of those is called a 0. They all seem to be called 0, actually, which is weird because they're definitely different enemies. The two that are the same with different colours, and one of them's a robot man. What? Leadhead? Yeah. What's weird is they've called him Leadhead, but they've cut out the A's. But the name would still rhyme even with that. It would rhyme better. Also, they've gone for Leadhead despite the fact that he's actually one of the few enemies that doesn't have a gun. Can I climb this? No. The only thing going in my favour that I'm not going in a circle is that some stuff is changing. Like, it's not always the same items. And I am very clearly always going to the right. So if I were to attempt logic, Cyberhead, Fnord, these do vaguely remind me of, for some reasons, of the aliens from the first series of One Punch Man that he kills. I don't know why. They're nothing like them. I am quite a fan of the comic book splash words for the damage though. It's a weird effect. Maybe this is based on a comic book somewhere. Eat. Leave. Special. Special. I missed everyone somehow. Sword. I'm now more convinced than ever that doing this heavier attack literally doesn't do anything. I think it's just a flourish. Like, this game was designed for an arcade cabinet with 3 buttons, and suddenly that was released on something with 4. Like, I don't know. Just make it look like something. Doesn't have to do anything. We'll give you an animation, but that's it. I mean, yeah, I've definitely been here before. I'd say it could be a puzzle, but I don't think the game's that smart. Yeah, that's it. Screw you. I wonder if I can look up online and if there's a breakdown as to which statistically are the strongest characters. Oh, yeah, sorry. A bit ahead of myself there. No, I wanted to use that. I dumped myself in the middle of them specifically so I could use the one slightly interesting thing this guy can do. Oh, I gotta say, this is really dull. Come on. That's the most annoying thing in the world, is for some reason, in all of these sort of games, you'll end up fighting an enemy at the edge of the screen, you'll knock them off screen, and then you just have to stand there like a lemon waiting for him to walk on screen, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's awful. Bye. Yeah, hurl that rock. You've got left and right shoulder buttons. That should just be throw left and right. That would work really well. And I'm down. Alright. I won't be using the next continue. I can already say that with confidence. And I'm pretty sure my strategy of just running ahead is not working. In fact, I've got a theory as to how it works. No, that theory I just had didn't make any sense. I'm not even going to bother telling you it. Fuck all of you, you nords. Can I just leave? Can I go up this ladder, please? There's a C on that wall. I should remind that. C to E, B, C, B, and E we've had so far. Remember that. Someone commit that to their memory. I'm sure as hell not going to. It takes all my mental faculties to play this right now. I've got very little health left. I'm wasting it on doing this move to enemies completely off screen. And once you start running, it auto runs for you, which is pointless. Utterly pointless. It feels like a huge oversight. I would imagine it was designed as a way to reduce wear and tear on controls somehow. I don't know how, because I can't imagine these games lasting long enough. Unless they rebuilt them from or into something else. Right, ignore them. That said E. I'm in A again. Well, I'm just gonna... I can't even go on. Normally I'll play these games for longer, but this is just awful. The worst part of this is that no one's picked this game. It's part of the like the Super Nintendo free games they give you. It's just terrible. They must have paid like £4 or £5 for the rights. That was Brawl Brothers. Truly trash. I'll see you next time for it. So, hopefully something halfway good.